Good morning, folks, and welcome to another edition of City Hall Live. I am Joe Abeta, coming to you live from the newly minted crown jewel of Santa Fe Public Schools, the Milagro Middle School. Today we'll be talking to teachers and our first guest today is going to be the principal of Milagro Middle School, Brenda Cording. How you doing?
Yes. Hi, great.
Yeah, thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
I stumbled through that intro, but we're here. We're here now to the meat and the good stuff now. So there you go.
We are here in the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful new facility, Milagro Middle School. It's incredible.
Yes, it is. I took a tour yesterday.
Excellent.
My brother's a teacher here, and he took us around. And I'll tell you what, how about like students when they walk in, seeing the pride of being being at the school, being the first class, being able to take those first classes.
Yes, we're very, very excited, and I think the students can really feel that the community really supports education. They came together, the Santa Fe Public Schools, the people who planned it, everybody came together because they care about the students. They care about these students. They care about our middle school students, and they want to support them at middle school so they can go on to high school and be successful. That's the message I get every time I see this building. Yeah,
no, it is, and latest technology, the infrastructure, each classroom is just amazing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I was noticing they have like desks that lift up if you want to stand.
Yes.
I mean, you guys thought of everything, right?
Yes, different kinds of seating. So it's how can we reach our students and how can we support our students? How can we make sure our students are engaged and yet we have a rigorous education? We're a STEAM school, so we have science, technology, engineering, arts, and math that are emphasized here at Milagro.
Yeah, no, another thing I noticed that was really interesting, you guys have a culinary arts classroom.
Yes, we do.
That is pretty awesome, right?
We are so excited because we'll be able to have students learn here at the middle school, tie into Santa Fe High, and then the community college has so many programs that they would be able to be successful in. So students would be able to take this starting in middle school if it's their passion, they'll find out, and they'll continue and even go on to Santa Fe Community College and then hopefully work in Santa Fe.
Wow, that's talk about like thinking of the future, right?
Yes.
That's pretty awesome. Okay, so I know, how does your staff feel about this? I know that you had a teachers rally this morning.
Yes.
How are they feeling?
Very, very excited. Everybody is just walking around smiling, which is fabulous for the first day of school with teachers. Everybody is just so impressed and just feel so honored that they have this fabulous facility, and they're just really, really excited to have this for the students. They feel like just the fact that the students have windows in all their classrooms, that's something new. Not all of our classrooms had windows, so they'll be able to have natural light and not have to have the lights on. Something as sort of small as that makes a big difference to a lot of our students.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Also, the media center / library, right?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and there's shading, the shades that come down on over the windows, but it's a great view.
Yes.
And a lot of windows, a lot of natural lighting again, but it's just, it makes you feel special as a student and also as a staff member and a teacher to come to this building every day, it seems.
It's like as good as a new pair of Nikes.
Yes. So let's talk about that a little bit. You guys were at the old Capshaw, but the transition Milagro building for a while. And then is it kind of like when you move into a new building, it's a fresh start?
It is. It feels like a fresh start. We have hired 20 new staff members, so that injects new life into a building. So it is a real coming together of the two communities, and I think that now that Milagro has been around for a few years, students are feeling much more so like, oh, I go to Milagro versus who were you beforehand. So we've really developed a culture, and we're really working to make sure that students, feel the respect and the love as soon as they walk in the building. They know we care about them.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And another feature I noticed, you guys have a really nice common areas here for the kids. You have monitors around here. And another thing I thought was really cool, because of the world we live in today, there's charging stations all over the commons area, right?
Yes.
That is pretty amazing.
Yes. So we certainly want the students to feel comfortable and to feel like they're being honored and respected for who they are. They're in that in-between age, they're out of elementary, not high school yet, but want to be treated like they're very, very old, and they are. They're getting older. So having charging stations is like a big deal.
Yeah. No, I think that's really cool. It's a really nice little nod to them. Also, I noticed that it's not called the cafeteria anymore. It's called the Cafetorium. So let's talk about that. What is the Cafetorium?
So the Cafetorium has a stage, stage and a sound system, which we did not have at our old facility, so that we can have performances in there. So we have a very active music department. and we have performances. So this will just be one more thing that will make everybody feel really welcome. Parents will be able to come in, see the beautiful facility. And I mean, the parents really always come out. You know, at middle school, they come out just as much as elementary because they want to see their kids perform.
Yeah.
So it'll be great.
Another thing I noticed that was really cool was we went into the gym,
Yes.
which is beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful, nice hardwood floored
Beautiful.
gym, very nice. But we went into the boys' locker room.
Yes.
We noticed that it's set up for halftime, for you know, a whiteboard there for
Yeah.
people to, you know, for the coaches to get their
Yes.
teams going at halftime. But there's an entrance going directly out into the football field.
Yes.
Which I thought was really cool.
Yes.
Right? You only see that in high school. So
So-
talk about, you know, really cool to be able to come out there, right?
Yes. Many people who have helped us with this building and have helped us moved in, you know, gentlemen, you know, mostly it's been who work on the building have said, this is nicer than my high school ever was.
Yeah.
You know, so people could just feel that it's a fabulous facility. And I think the kids are going to feel that.
Yes, and a beautiful building on the interior and
Beautiful.
exterior. So,
Absolutely.
well, great job. Well, thank you so much for allowing us to come in here and film. I know
Yes.
you have a lot of stuff going on because you got school to prepare for and you got staff to talk with and stuff. But thanks again, Ms. Cordy, for coming on.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. Yep. And folks, we'll be right back with our first teacher, so please stay tuned.
Reduce plastic waste by using water bottles.
Reprocess waste materials in a new way.
If you don't need it and it's unsustainable, refuse it.
Don't toss it, reuse it. Go green or go home.
Welcome back, folks, to City Hall Live. And we're coming to you from the brand new Milagro Middle School here in the city of Santa Fe, and also the public school's new crown jewel. And with us right now, joining us, is the music teacher, right? Charlotte Stern. So welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah. So what were your first impressions walking through this building?
I really like how clean and new everything is, and how everything seems to work okay.
Yeah.
Because we had several concerts with our band program where it's like the bottom bleacher wouldn't come out,
Yeah.
and so people had to like jump up at our spring concert
Yeah.
last year to climb up the stairs. And then there was another incident where the basketball hoops stayed down,
Okay.
and they couldn't get them up,
But-
so people had to sit around them.
Yeah, and
So it's just nice not having to worry about those problems.
Those things now, everything's brand new. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you guys have, we were talking about it before with Miss Cording, is the Cafetorium,
Yeah.
right? And so you have a performance center now
Yeah.
to be able to perform. Nice stage. That's real wood they have there down there,
Yeah,
don't
it
they?
looks like real wood,
Yeah,
and
it's-
it's a really nice size. It goes pretty far back
Yeah.
because I think there's like a dance studio, and I'm gonna have to learn how to move the panels around. But maybe we could have like a small green room off to the side where the kids wait to come on stage,
Yeah.
and we can fit our band, I think, on that stage.
That's
so
pretty cool.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, and it's just around the corner from the music department,
Yes.
right?
So
that's
we can bring the big equipment on there the day before and get that all set up for our performances.
Would you say that was when you saw that also it was pretty exciting to be able to know that you guys have an actual performance area to be able to do that,
Yes,
right?
I mean, it's not like the premier performance space,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's better than, playing in our gym.
In a gym
so
with the
that will be
acoustics and stuff, right?
exciting.
So tell us about what new features are in besides the cafetorium, but as far as your classroom and your department that you have.
So all the music rooms have built-in practice rooms. My room used to have these like giant metal practice pods that were soundproof and took up space in the room. So now with these built-in practice rooms, we're going to save some class space. They're really nice sized rooms, so you can probably store a couple instruments there while also using them for kids to have private lessons, working with our Dream Big program that gives students a reduced rate on private lessons, having clinicians and teachers come in and work with our kids, branching off and doing sectionals. That's going to give us a lot of flexibility with our teaching strategies that we can use in the classroom.
How many
which
kids
is
do you
nice.
how many kids do you have participating in band? I mean, I remember I went in and we shot some
yeah.
stuff in your classroom
As
at one
far
point,
as
but
last year, we had about 98 kids in the program
Wow.
and had about 35 kids in our advanced band.
Okay.
So every year our numbers numbers seem to be going up, which is exciting.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, hopefully the classroom won't get too small. So.
Well, and another thing that's really good about it is that, kids, video games and phones and stuff like that. It's good that still kids want to learn musical instruments, right?
Yes, well, and it also addresses all three types of learning: auditory, kinesthetic, and visual. They do all three of those. It helps increase test scores. Kids that are in music classes tend to have be smarter just in general. And it also teaches them a lot of life skills as well, working as a team, working together, practicing, being committed to something. So especially like a lot of advanced fields like doctors, lawyers, nurses, they look for people who are also musicians because they know how much work ethic it takes.
So after you say something like that, and then we have a parent watching, and they say they have a youngster that would be coming over here that has never played a musical instrument before, is that a possibility?
Yes, we have classes for them, for beginners.
Okay, so they can take their 2 years here, they can learn and be ready to get maybe prepared for when they go to high school.
Continue to high school. Yeah, that's the end-all goal.
That's
and
great.
Then possibly college. There's even scholarship opportunities for students in college who, even if you're not majoring in music, they'll give you a scholarship to play in their marching band. I had a friend that did that. So
that's pretty awesome. Well, Ms. Stern, thank you so much for coming on with us today.
Yes,
we really
thank you for
appreciate it.
having me.
Yes, and we wish you the best, and
thank you.
And congratulations on your new building here.
Thank you. Yes, we're very excited.
Appreciate it. We will be back shortly with our next guest. Please stay tuned.
Where there are dogs, there is poop. And where there is poop, there are owners who need to scoop.
It's important to scoop the poop. Man, it's ugly, it's stinky. Kids play here. It's not fair for them to step in it. And you know what else? It's a pollutant when it makes its way to our waterways.
This harbors diseases and toxic bacteria. Scooping the poop is a small thing that makes a huge difference.
Hey, we're doing our part to protect the watershed.
Thank you for helping do your part to keep Santa Fe clean and beautiful.
Scoop the poop! Welcome back, folks. And with me right now is the Family and Consumer Science teacher, Steve Dixon, for the new Milagro Middle School. How you doing today, Steve?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. I know you guys are in the middle of like a teacher rally or meeting or whatnot, so I appreciate you coming out here and spending some time with us. So let's talk about this. You previously computer science teacher at Milagro at the old building, right?
Yeah, did business computers at Milagro, and then before that, for 13 years, I was at the Vargas Middle School, which was at this exact site.
Gotcha.
Before.
Gotcha.
So which makes me really excited to be back here. In this spot.
in this area, right? It's close to a lot of restaurants and stuff. It's
Right.
walking distance and everything, but yeah, and building spectacular, right?
It is, definitely.
It's pretty amazing. So they come up to you and they say, "Hey, Steve, how'd you feel about teaching consumer and family science with us at the school? How was that? What was that conversation like?"
Well, at first I was taken a little bit aback.
Yeah.
Then I went home, thought about it, and as I started thinking about it, I actually started getting really excited about it.
Yeah.
Teaching something new, something that I think that, because it's an umbrella that a lot falls under it. So it's really nice. Because with that I can really teach everything from a bully-proofing unit to life skills like communication skills, social skills, resolving conflicts. This age is a really volatile age.
Yeah.
I think it's this type of stuff can it's something that really speaks to them and something that they may not get at home.
So is it a seventh, eighth grade? Is it a seventh grade class or eighth grade class?
It's both.
Okay.
It's both, and my idea is maybe do that, and then of course move into the culinary arts part. Work on skills that can help them. I almost want to make it like like a survival 101 type of thing
Gotcha,
for
gotcha.
a teenager.
It's kind of a navigation into through today's world type of stuff and how to cope with that stuff, right?
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. It seems like, a class like that would be a breath of fresh air, right? A time to take a little bit of a rest from the busyness that's surrounding you in being a student in today's world, correct?
I agree.
That's
yeah.
pretty cool.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And a lot of these kids, they, parents might be working at night. They might have to be taking care of their younger siblings. And so work on skills that can help them in situations like that as well,
That's pretty cool. I think I'd want to sign up for your class, man.
I'm excited for it.
It'd be like, hey, you got to take a break now, and let's go over to Steve's class. So first impressions of the school. What are your thoughts?
Man, I'm super excited. The first thing I thought of was how thoughtfully laid out the school is. And to me, it really makes sense how they designed it. First, it's overwhelmingly huge, but then you realize that it does make sense where it is. I love that overall the 7th grade and 8th graders are kind of separate a little bit. They can have positive influences on each other, but it's also nice to have that they're in their own worlds a little bit, and I think that's kind of important too. I think it'll help their social scene a lot more, more positive influences and things like that.
Gotcha. And they got their own lockers too.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, huh?
That's great.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, I noticed.
It is, and I think that, it's really conducive. It seems like it's going to be conducive to their overall experience here.
Yeah.
Middle school is so much more than just the education aspect.
Gotcha.
The social aspect is so huge, and it needs to be addressed, but in a positive way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's one of those elementary, the transition from elementary to middle school can give a lot of anxiety to a lot of kids.
Definitely.
We've all felt that, right? It's part of growing up.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. So other than the layout, what would you say was the first thing that was your favorite thing about this that you just were like, wow, this is pretty awesome. They did that. They thought of that.
I think, first of all, the things like the cafeteria, and then all of a sudden you get to pop right out that back door to go straight to the field, go straight to the courtyard or
the basketball court.
The basketball courts and all that. It's like, I don't know, I think it gives the kids like a feeling that it's not just an institution.
Yeah.
It kind of gives them.
It's a campus.
Exactly.
Right.
And it kind of gives that sense of freedom that, a lot of times you may not feel they have.
Gotcha.
Especially in our old site, not all schools are designed that way.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what they were thinking in the 60s and 70s is we're a totally different group of people right now.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Well, Steve, thank you for joining us, man.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it. We wish you the best of luck, and thank you. And, maybe we can come back and visit and see how that class is going, man.
I'd love it.
All right, brother?
Definitely.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Folks,
you.
we'll be back shortly. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, folks, to City Hall Live. And with me now is the head of the science department for Milagro Middle School, Christy Krennick. How you doing today, Christy?
Good, doing well. Thank you.
That's great. That's great. So, how long did you teach at the prior building?
So I was at Capshaw for over 16 years.
Okay.
And then did a year of instructional coaching, came back and closed it down.
Okay. So let's talk about, you have an experience there. You come over here. What's new? What does this place have? What does Milagro Middle School have, this building have, that the old building did not have?
Well, first of all, we have 6 science labs. At Capshaw, we just had 2 that we had to schedule and check out with other teachers. So this year we each have our own, and we have amazing storage space for all of our science needs. We also have the ability to check out a maker space where our students can do some engineering and different arts and activities, including into a STEAM school. So we have a robotics teacher that we'll be working with. We're hoping to get coding this year. So really to bring on that science engineering.
So makerspace, what is it? Is it just like a room with a desk and they can go in there and do stuff? Or
It's got tools for drafting
okay.
and building glue guns. We'll have a 3D printer in there. I think there'll actually be a couple of them in there.
Wow.
So kids can do that. There'll be computers so they can do SketchUp and CAD drawing and all kinds of different things, and really focus on those 21st century skills.
Does this, do these new, features here at this school, does that allow you to kind of expand the teaching of science over here too as well? What you couldn't teach over there, that you can teach here in a better way?
Absolutely. With the space and just even where we're sitting now, we have the flexibility to come in here and really do some large-scale projects and activities and movement. And we adopted new science standards with the state last year, the NGSS, or the New Mexico STEM Ready, that allow for a lot more hands-on activities. And the equipment that we have is just, kids are really going to be able to do science, not read about science, but do
It's not a concept, it'll be actually something they can do.
Do science, yes, absolutely.
Okay, so what was your favorite thing? I've asked the previous teachers what was their favorite thing when they first walked in here. Favorite thing, first thing you noticed, what were they?
For me, my own science lab.
Okay.
Just having my own space where I can do science experiences every day and not worry, oh, I need this from so-and-so, or I can't get in there, we're going to have to use the hallway or the gym or outside. And now I can do science every single day.
That's awesome. That's great. So how many science teachers are there here at Milagro?
There are 6 of us.
Okay. All right, great. And you guys, 7th and 8th grade, right?
Yes, 3 7th, 3 8th.
Well, so what do 7th graders usually, what are they usually learning? Are they able to take 8th grade classes? Is there an intermix of 7th and 8th graders in certain classes, or?
So 7th grade pretty much has their curriculum. They will be able to take robotics, the culinary arts for electives. There's a lot of opportunities that way. I know 7th grade science is, and 8th grade science is integrated. So we'll all be doing a little bit of earth science, life science, and physical science both years. And then when they get to the high school, it's more your biology, chemistry, and physics. So we're providing that foundation for them.
And I think it's even going to be a better foundation than what you guys were providing before, just because of, again, the equipment and the features that you have here. So when they get to Santa Fe High or Capitol or wherever they decide to go, yes, they'll be prepared for that. So I think that's pretty awesome.
Yes, I'm super excited to be here.
That's great. Well, thank you, Christy, for
Thank
coming
you.
on. Congratulations
Thank you.
on your new digs.
Yes.
That's awesome. So, but we wish you the best of luck.
All right, thank you.
Yep. And thank you, folks, for joining us today on City Hall Live. And come on down and check out Milagro. You'll have to check in, though, because they'll have students here. But come on down and look at the new crown jewel of Santa Fe Public Schools. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Christine, for McCandless for directing and helping me set up here. And I want to thank David Carl, the Public Information Officer Director for Santa Fe Public Schools as well, too. So thanks again, folks. Have a great week. Have a safe week. Adios.